This is your WXCO Daily News Roundup for Bull Falls Radio, 98.9 FM and 1230 AM in Wausau.
For WXCO News, I'm Isabella Nieto. Organized protests took place throughout Wisconsin and the nation over the weekend. Max Martinson reports.
What do we want? Justice! And when do we want it? Now!
Back in June, organizers of the No Kings movement held what they called the largest coordinated protest during President Donald Trump's second administration. On Saturday, the No Kings movement was back in full effect, with over 2,600 events occurring across the country in protest of what they call an authoritarian style of government. Civic media personnel were on the ground across the state, documenting protests in major cities as well as smaller communities around the state of Wisconsin. Civic media reporter Lisa Hale spoke with Deb Fenzel from Oshkosh, who joined the No Kings movement for her grandchildren.
Because I feel strongly about doing this for my grandchildren and their rights. I'm not so concerned about me anymore. It may take the rest of my life.
Many protesters from Saturday's events were also part of a younger demographic. Civic media reporter Melissa Kay spoke with Natalie, a high school student from Wisconsin Rapids, who says that she's still proud of her country despite current leadership.
Don't be afraid to show up and be who you are and be proud of your country. I've had times where I'm not as proud of my country, but I have to remember that I'm not proud of the leadership. I am proud of the USA.
Protesters also included public servants such as Dane County Judge Everett Mitchell, Civic media reporter Shali Pittman in Madison.
How are you spending your time? Because make no mistake, our time is being stolen with algorithmic precision.
Many of the protests from Saturday's events also included marches and demonstrations, such as in Milwaukee, where thousands took to the streets.
Get up, get down. Milwaukee is a union town. Get up.
For Civic Media News, I'm Max Martinson. Lisa Hale, Melissa Kay, Isabella Nieto, Parker Olson, and Shali Pittman contributed reporting.
If you have horses, you may want to consider protecting them against mosquito bites. Melissa Kay reports.
The state announced the first positive case of Eastern equine encephalitis, or EEE, on Friday. The Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection confirms the case of EEE in Marathon County in a 5-year-old colt. EEE and West Nile virus are only transmitted by mosquito bites and are not contagious between horses. These viruses can cause inflammation of the brain. According to the DATCP, EEE is fatal in most horses showing signs of illness. Confirmation of an infection in the state confirms the presence of EEE in the mosquito population. The virus can be transmitted to people and animals through an infected mosquito bite. Horses can be vaccinated for Eastern equine encephalitis and West Nile virus, and officials recommend reducing exposure to mosquitoes by keeping horses in the barn from dusk to dawn when mosquitoes are most active.
According to the DATCP, there were 10 documented cases of EEE in the state in 2024. The Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development is warning residents that its job support programs aren't receiving any federal funding during the ongoing government shutdown. According to agency officials, about 75% of their budget comes from federal sources. They're using carryover federal dollars and some state funding to keep their programs running for now, but without additional federal funding, some workforce initiatives could shut down. Officials are also expressing concerns about agricultural workers obtaining visas for next year. The city of Wausau has received nearly $3 million in settlement funds to address PFAS contamination. The funding will go to priorities set by Wausau Water Works and the City Council, which could include upgrades to water treatment and distribution systems, lowering borrowing needs for infrastructure, and stabilizing water rates. In a statement, Mayor Doug Dinney says the funding is a major win for Wausau residents and will go towards lowering debt service costs that impact rates and ensuring safe, reliable water without added burdens on families and businesses. The Wausau Chamber of Commerce and T-Wall Enterprises are hosting a networking event this week. The Foundry on Third networking event on Thursday will take place from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. A ribbon cutting will be held at 4:30 p.m. to celebrate the opening of the property on Washington Street. Chamber volunteer ambassadors will help connect attendees. There is no charge to attend this event, though an RSVP is encouraged. Visit wausauchamber.com to register or learn more. Attendees must be 21 years old. Governor Tony Evers visited Wausau yesterday to discuss the federal government shutdown and the impact of Affordable Care Act premium tax credits. The government has been shut down for 21 days, and the premium tax credits are set to expire at the end of the year. According to a statement, it's estimated that if Congress fails to extend the ACA enhanced premium tax credits, health insurance premium costs will go up by nearly $600 nationwide. The community discussion at the Neighbors Place also included the Office of the Commissioner of Insurance, Commissioner Nathan Hodeck, and State Department of Health Services Deputy Secretary Deb Standridge. I'm Isabella Nieto for WXCO News.
Will Fickell be fired? Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. College football. The Badgers face number 6 ranked Oregon. Saturday night, Wisconsin has never beat a ranked team since Luke Fickell took over as head coach 3 years ago. They're 0-9. Fickell says he can't be concerned about his future at Wisconsin.
It's not going to change the fact that we got to practice tomorrow. It's not going to change the fact of anything on Saturday. But I have not been told. I'm not worried about that. I mean, I understand, if we don't meet expectations and we don't do the things we need to do, anything can happen.
Athletic Director Chris McIntosh releasing a statement in support of the coach. College hoops. Former Marquette star Cam Jones arrested and jailed for leading police in Indianapolis on a brief chase on I-65 yesterday. Jones, drafted by the Pacers this summer, said he was late for practice. He was clocked at 90 miles an hour. In Milwaukee, the Bucks kick off the NBA season tomorrow night against the Washington Wizards. They're planning a welcome back tribute to Chris Middleton. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
That's your WXCO Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at bullfallsradio.com.